I think I was muted again. Oh well. It just never fails. Okay, maybe this does need to be glued down. Just talking to myself for 45 minutes once again. Get out of here, you goddamn mosquito. Actual nurgling in the room. Hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm alright. Just trying to make a tank that doesn't want to be made. Itty bitty little plastic pieces. The thing. How do I get rid of this connected to chat nonsense? Yeah. I mean, I don't mind them, but like, I don't want to glue them down. Is the problem, you know? I like the idea of having a little bit of articulation on the treads to make them look nice, but I don't know. It's definitely work. You know, this could have been just one piece, honestly. It's probably a dumb idea, but oh, this guy? Classic Dread, man. I got this guy in like 2011. This is the Marine half of the Assault on Blackreach box. I don't know where those fucking orcs went. I used to have them. I thought I still did. I guess they're just gone. I may have traded my buddy, the orc half, for his Marines, and I got more. I ended up with more of them, but yeah, these are a bunch of firstborns. I can't really... Like, I just spent, or not just, but I spent a few weeks painting them up to look like Ultramarines again. And then 10th came out, and then suddenly, oops, no more firstborn, sorry. So, yeah, they're back to being Chaos Marines again. I was kind of considering making them Plague Guard, but I don't know. They're a bit too plain, you know. Plague Guard are very, very distinctive. You know, they got guts and hanging out and holes and pus and all sorts of giblets. These guys are just kind of, they're smooth. And he's the chaplain now, or whatever, Dark Apostle, I guess. The Super Glue Cap has confirmed his title. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of got to the point where I just didn't want to fuck with it anymore. Like, eventually they're going to get rid of Tactical Marines, and eventually the Venerables will be Legacy as well. So it's like, just why fucking bother? Just, hey, you know what? You know who has whole armies of old shit that's been sitting around since 30K? Chaos. Them boys. Until, of course, we get the Chaos Primaris Marines, which is the next logical step, and then no one gets to have any fun. I'm going to have to re-fucking... Look at this shit. I'm going to have to take this off. It's just too far forward. Fuck me. Super glue, not a fan of you. I shouldn't have super glued this. Oh, maybe I can cheese it just a smidge. I don't know. What if we do this? What if we flip it? Just the smidges. Also, I apologize, but I have maybe 20 minutes of battery left on this phone, so it's gonna be pretty quick, if that. And also, it's like it's fucking cooking. I touched it just a little bit to fuck with the screen, and it's hot. So we're gonna be ending here shortly, which is fine. This has been a fucking abortion of a stream already. I spent the first 45 minutes muted, not realizing it. You know, it wouldn't... Wouldn't be 40k if things went wrong proper. Bile on the verge. Bile's on the verge of doing it. Yeah. I mean, you know what they're going to do. They love money. They love the smell of money. They're going to figure out a way to make us rebuy all our fucking Chaos Boys again. Okay, you know what? We're just going to cheat. Don't tell anyone we're going to fucking cheat. We're going to glue this fucknut like right here. Like right there, and then we're just going to we're going to glue it, and we're going to force it. I don't think anyone's going to be looking at the ass of my fucking poop tank that hard. If I ever even sit down and play a game, which I doubt I will. Oh, there's pegs. Oh, there's pegs. Oh, that's what those slots are for. Are there pegs on everything? No, there's not. Right? There's not been pegs this whole fucking time, have there? Oh, there fucking have. Look at those. Look at those fucking divots right there. I didn't even see those. God damn it. Shit tank. So I was kind of kicking around the idea. I think these guys are just going to stay chaos. They're going to be a Ben. I forgot the fucking called. The bad guys. The baddies. Wait a minute. Okay, who's going where here? You're going here. And then we'll just kind of... Yeah, we'll make that work. And then this guy goes here. Mm-hmm. I'm really dreading, like, the eventuality when we get the Death Guard Codex, how much of it's going to be killed in action. Because I know there is a great many molds that have been floating around since, like, 2013. Like, stupidly, like, these guys old, you know? And it's like, they're not going to let you keep them much longer, you know? Like, the Plague Drone's already beginning to get phased out slowly, and then what? Got an actual Age of Sigmar. That's the Chief Starter launched. Stormcast. Okay. Nice. I figured something out on my own recently because I'm a smart boy. Demons. You can play with them in 40k, and then you can also play with them in Sigmar, which just fell off. And then, on top of that, you can play with them in fantasy if you really wanted to. So demons are surprisingly affordable, and then on top of that, you can spend $30 on one Chaos Prince or one Demon Prince in places, you know. And you pretty much have a commander for all of those battles or all of those armies. And then in 40k at least, you can just you can do like a squad of Bloodthirsters and then a squad of Demonettes and a squad of Horrors, you know, and a Herald or two. And you've got not only enough allies for all the cults and regular Chaos guys, but you've also got a Demon army ready to go. So the idea there is that you basically have one army running multiple lists. The only problem is all those lists are going to play like pretty close, and you know, like that's going to get stale eventually. Now that's a fucking problem I don't think any other army has, you know, unless you're taking the exact same Marine list and just changing up the rules. But you know, the idea is there that you can potentially have a very affordable army for multiple games. Except Blood Bowl. You can't take them to Blood Bowl, but I honestly don't know if anyone's still playing Blood Bowl these days. I like the legionaries. Like I don't know. Sometimes at night I just sit there and think about the one guy with the heavy bolter and the horns. He's pretty cool. All right, treads are done. We have finagled them in. So this thing's apparently a demon engine. I think part of actually like subduing the demon is getting the fucking treads on the damn thing. All right. So now we're up here. Motion on the front porch. Spooky. Hold on. Oh, that's a raccoon. Fucker. A raccoon was coming to eat my pea plants. Yeah, I like demons because they're very much, man, where'd all the fucking friends go? They're literally just walking in the battle in their fucking loincloths, and some of them may have a fucking dagger, and they don't give a flying shit about it. They really fucking, they took a heavy hit in 10th, though. With the end of the psychic thing, and the loss of spell lists, like, you lost a lot of customization. Most of the abilities made it, but they're now on very specific units, and some of those just got announced that they weren't doing the fine cast models anymore, so people are just saying they're going to go plastic, but I don't know. Like the fucking scribes, they don't know what the fuck to do with those guys. Have you seen that ability list? Like, they sit next to your enemy units and throw out wounds if they're close enough, and then they can bounce psychic attacks on them, but who the fuck? If you're not a Grey Knight or a Sister Silence, who the fuck is going up to a demon and using psychic attacks on it? Like, what were you thinking? Okay, so here's a hat. Here's a hat that doesn't want to sit properly. Okay, so what are we trying? What are we? Oh Christ! There's a second part on top of that. There's a whole thing. Look at this. Look at these instructions out here. Like, I thought this was already pretty tanky. Like, it's got an extra layer of shit going on this outside. Like, this thing better be fucking sturdy. I might have to go back and re-glue it. Yeah, the front gun needs to be. It's in here somewhere. I'm probably gonna give it the stubber because I love stubbers. What are we fucking gluing down is the question. What is sitting... Okay, so we got pegs and slots right here, so I think we're going to glue these guys. That seems like a safe bet. Yeah, that feels okay. I'm taking a lot of liberties with the fact that this is a Nurgle tank, and it's going to be like a ramshackle piece of shit to begin with. Not a precision instrument like this guy. Actually, let me show you some of these. Like, I had a theme for these Ultramarines. Let me get some of these guys out here. I gave him red, white, and blue insignia. I was just going to call him the July 4th company. Like, here's the captain. His crazy ass. Sit still. Sit. Stay. You fucker. There. There he is. And who else is still in here? You ever think about this? You ever think the fact they gave their fucking bolters shoulder straps? You ever think about the fact they gave their shoulders, like they gave them shoulder straps that don't actually fit around the pauldron? Like this, and who's got it? Who's got the fucking... He's probably haven't painted yet. Where is he? No, it's the Beaky. Where's my Beaky? I just had him. No, here we are. The scope, right? Now, like that might make sense if you're thinking about, like, okay, he's gonna look down the sights. There's no sights on the front, so they need a scope. But no, like, the scope's in his fucking helmet. What the fuck is this thing doing? Right? I don't know. I didn't, like, when the Primaris guys came out, I didn't appreciate that they needed, like, heavy bolt guns or heavy bolt rifles, because the bolters are so fucking, like, they were never inaccurate to begin with. They're a fucking little rocket launcher, right? You're hurling little fucking exploding bullets. You don't need to be accurate. I'll put him up there. Captain America. Yeah, like, what the fuck is going on? It's obvious that they're like, they want these guys to be more tactical, because that was like the big fucking hotness when the Iraq and Afghan war was still going on. And Call of Duty, all that shit. The fucking thing I love, I uncovered like a 6th edition codex from back in the day, and it's like all the tactical shit. And then these guys had like their close combat weapon was like tied to a string that it just hung off their fucking leg. Of all the stupid things. What were we doing? Oh yeah, this shit. Spikes. We need the spikies. They Wi-Fi sync. They Wi-Fi sync, and like, you know what they really need to do? They need to retcon the fucking Age of Strife. They need to just say, okay, you know what? It's computers. It's always been fucking computers. They have radios. They have computers in the helmets. It's just computers, because you can't justify, okay, this is a human's brain somewhere with a human nervous system attached to a machine that is allowing it to function like a computer. It just does not make any fucking sense, you know? Like, it's not even like the metal grimdark kind of makes sense. It's just, where are you fucking fitting all these brains, you know? Where's the brain? Where's the fucking... Where'd he go? I put him away, didn't I? Where's the fucking brain in the scope? Right? Whose peanut-ass brain is in here? And like the heavy bolt rifle thing really bugs the shit out of me, because like, if you've looked up a little bit about how the bolters work and the actual bolts themselves, like, it's not a bullet. It's a gyrojet round. It's a rocket. The propellant is in the fucking back of the round itself, and it ignites itself. So it's like, you don't need... It's like a shotgun, basically. You have a giant shotgun. You don't need a long barrel. You don't need it to be rifled. It doesn't even need to be pressurized. It does not need to be a complex machine. It is a fire. It's like just something to trigger the firing pin in the back, and that's all you need. Damn, if those are fucking spiky. Ooh, those are painful. What the hell's Vinny doing? Oh, he's playing Doom. Is he doing Doom mods? Is that the arcade again? I fucking love the arcade. I would love to do the arcade sometime. So the whole idea of like, oh, this heavy bolt rifle sends the bolts further down. It's like, just, if you're gonna roll, like if you're gonna try and make some sort of advance, just like say they're heavy bolters but smaller or something, you know, like the technology has boiled the typical heavy machine gun bolter down so that it's more portable. You know, it's... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Because then you also have to also think about, like, this guy, it's a fucking demon in there, right? It's like, there is tangible evidence that there is demons in the real world, and they are being smushed into things. So either it's been demons the entire fucking time, or it is just been AI the whole fucking time, or it was just demons as AI, and they're just one and the same. Never mind the fact also that, like, the Tyranids have been an open threat to the Imperium this entire fucking time, and no one has tried to use some of their biotech to do anything to advance what we have, you know? Like, you've got something that can span the entire fucking galaxy in Wi-Fi communication to these giant fucking bioships. And that's not something we might... No, we still have to use the fucking Emperor's Throne. We still have to burn out Astropass to send radio transmissions or whatever they're fucking called. You know, and G-Dubs doesn't give a shit about any of this. They just try and, like, find people to sue. Yeah. But even then, that propellant's, like, it's not going to be that powerful, you know? And the barrel's still not going to be rifled, and you don't need the length on it, because eventually, like, the gyrodret is the main propellant. You know, the rocket's the main propellant. It's going to take care of itself. I had an idea to, like... I had a whole little homebrewed rule set for how the bolters work, because I don't really like that they're just like, oh, this is a super human power, like, tier fucking rifle. What do we do? Oh, it's strength 4. Is it AP -1 since the bolts are supposed to, like, drill into armor? Nope. Do they do more damage than the las gun? Nope. Do they have more range than the las gun? Nope. They just have strength 4. Yeah. Well, okay, so there's 20%, so we've got maybe 10, 20 more minutes before I have to wrap up here. Yeah, like, they really should have kept that AP -1. That's the big thing. That's the big... Like, this better not supposed to connect to that. You see that shit? I don't fucking care. Yeah. I feel like plasma guns got a little bit more utility in 10th because of how the hazardous rules work. Like, it's not going to immediately detonate, so you're more liable to just fucking send it and then bear the consequences afterwards. Problem with 10th, though, is like, you don't really, like, even the basic shot from the plasma gun is still leagues better than anything anyone else is getting. And with no points, like, there's no point in you not taking it in a squad, you know? you might as well, unless you want to like dedicate either anti-infantry or anti-armor, which might as well just be anti-infantry at this point. You know, like I'm finding less and less reason to take like autocannons and more reason to take las cannons, because las cannons will still do a wound to one of these guys. You know, bolters were AP -2, plasma is AP 4. Yeah, and see, that makes sense, right? Because bolters were supposed to like accelerate and then dig in. They were armor piercing. What was the show with the Blood Angels? They're in a Space Hulk with, and they fought Plague Marines and zombies. It's one of the Warhammer Plus ones that we're not supposed to have, but people keep uploading to YouTube anyway. I really dig the animation of that show. But for some fucking reason, none of the bolts exploded. Not a single fucking bolt. They just treat it like big gun, you know? Bugs the fucking piss out. I'm gonna have to glue these. They're not gonna stay. Rome is collapsing. Yeah, honestly, if you can put a las cannon on anything right now, you might as well just do it. Like, there's no reason to take heavy bolters or auto cannons. Unless, like, you're Chaos Guard and you can do some fucking freaky shit with the packs. Or not Chaos Guard. Chaos Marines. But here's why I officially flipped my shit, right? As of right now, so hold on, what? We need 40 A and B. As of right now, Lost in the Damned are basically returned, right? Because you don't need to have a Marine with them to have cultists on the field. And then you can take Rebel Guard too. Like, I'm gonna lose my fucking marbles if this fucking Chaos Marine Codex comes out and look who's back. It's no mere mortals. Ha 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 ha. Hope you didn't fucking invest too much money in all those fucking cultists and kill team boxes and fucking dark communes, because you can't use them anymore. Suck my fucking nuts. That's what I'm gonna fucking lose it, because I love, like, I've always loved the Lost in the Damned, and the big reason I got into demons in the first place was because Lost in the Damned didn't really have a fucking army back in the day. They had like a supplement off of one fucking campaign in 2013. And then no support whatsoever. This is like the most we've gotten for them in fucking decades. And it's probably gonna go poof. Because G-Dubs hates money. Either that or they've got stock, like they secretly invested stock in fucking 3D printer companies. That could be the other thing. They're just hedging all their bets. See, that only makes me more worried, though, because if they're releasing more, then they can just gut them and say, oh, you gotta wait for the next one. You gotta wait. You gotta be patient. Okay. So we've got... God, I really like the tri-barreled gun. That's the problem. I love stubbers, but I also really love the tri-gun. Where'd the fucking tri-gun go? Is he on the sprue? I think he's on the other one. Aha. Like, I'm a little hesitant. Like, I'm not going to buy anything off fucking G-Dubs for a long time, just for how shitty they've been. But even then, I'm fucking hesitant of the boxes they're releasing. I was also looking forward to the Epic re-release coming out, and it's been pretty fucking weak. And it sounds like they're over it already. The, not the Titan one, the other one. The one with the fucking guards and tanks and shit. It's like, The big problem here is I don't think what they're. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like logically, it makes sense it wouldn't return, but this is Games Workshop we're talking about. If there's gonna be a way to fuck over. Wait a minute. This side. What the fuck are they talking about? There's no peg in there. Huh? No, you know what? It is this way. It's got to be this way. It doesn't make sense otherwise. If they're gonna find a way to fuck people over, right? That's their favorite sport. It doesn't want to fit. You don't want to fit. Anyway, what I don't think they're realizing yet is that their new version of Epic is competing directly with the old version of Epic, which all the rules and fucking lists are still available for, and people are making are still making the models for. He's gonna be perky. I think he's gonna have to be perky. I fucked up. Why would you do this before this? Like, why would you put the big fucking shield piece on before the gun? God damn it. Box of Havocs. I know the Reaper's neat. But I would actually say Legionnaires over Havocs because right now Havocs don't have a leader that can be assigned to them. So you've got to deal with their 4-up hits. Whereas with the Legionnaires, even though I don't get as many guns, you can have a Chaos Lord to reroll the ones, and you can have an Exalted to give them +1 to hit, which makes those chain guns a lot fucking better. So it's like you get one less chain gun, I think, even. You might actually get the same amount. But you have a better chance of actually doing something with it. Oh, they got the old rule back. That must be new. It didn't used to be that. Okay, but my battery's dead, so I've got to wrap it up here. We'll probably be doing some more of this tomorrow. Dealing with this. The perky man. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. Expect more in the future. Like tomorrow. Have a good night. Yeah, thanks.